So, you bought the nerdiest of all the gremlins, and you want to swap out some cards for some cheeky budget upgrades, and you chose me to help guide you through that process? Well, I'm flattered and in love with you now. But enough about us, let's get right into it. As usual, this video is brought to you by the EDH Jank Center, your source for everything Commander and everything Jank. I am your host, Jordan, and in the usual EDH Jank Center fashion, every card in this list is under $1. However, we cannot talk about budget upgrades without talking about what we are upgrading. Let's talk Gimbal Gremlin Prodigy. 2 green, blue, red, legendary creature Gremlin Artificer from March of the Machine Commander. Artifact creatures you control have trample. At the beginning of your end step, create a 0/0 red Gremlin artifact creature token. Put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of differently named artifact tokens you control, and it's a 4/4. So a pretty simple tech here. We're just making a bunch of different kinds of artifact tokens. We have a token generator in our commander and a trample enabler in our commander. So we're just making a bunch of tokens, swinging out, and winning through combat damage. We're in some really fun colors for this as well, so I'm really excited. Let's dive in. Let's move on to our first card of the day, which is War Storm Surge. 5 and a red enchantment. The cheapest one is from Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So if our strategy goes to plan and we're making a bunch of different kinds of artifact tokens and we're making these huge gremlin tokens as a result, we should capitalize on these huge creatures entering our battlefield by being able to dish out tons of extra damage every time they enter. You combine this with damage multipliers as well, and we are cooking. Alright, let's explore some more group slug shenanigans with Ingenious Artillerist. 2 and a red creature human artificer from Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. Whenever one or more artifacts enter the battlefield under your control, Ingenious Artillerist deals that much damage to each opponent, and it's a 3/1. So nothing new here. Again, we're capitalizing on having a ton of artifacts entering our battlefield by throwing around some damage, and the quicker we can get our opponents down in life total, the quicker we can close out the game with our army of tokens. Also, I feel like this guy and Gimbal would definitely be co-workers. Alright, moving on to Iktekik, Salvage Splicer. 4 and a green legendary creature human artificer from Commander Legends. When Iktekik Salvage Splicer enters the battlefield, create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Iktekik and a +1/+1 counter on each golem you control. It has partner, we don't care about that, and it's a 1/1. So first of all, I have always loved this art. Props to Alexi Briclo or Briclot, however you say their name. Fantastic job. So when this enters, it creates a certain type of artifact creature token, which we care about in this deck. Second, whenever an artifact hits the graveyard, whether it's ours or our opponents, Iktekik and the golem get bigger and bigger. Best of both worlds right there, baby. And Gimbal gives our golem trample, and when that gets big enough, it'll become quite the problem for our opponents. Alright, let's look at Cyrinth Steelseeker. 1 and a green creature, human artificer scout from the Brothers War. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard, and it's a 1/2. Pretty simple tech here, and this is one of my favorite cards from the Brothers War because of this. We get card advantage every time we play an artifact or when one enters. We will be making a ton of artifacts in this build, so our hand will almost always have a full grip of lands, ensuring that we never miss a land drop. And just like that, we are almost at the last card of the day, but before we get into it, guys, if you've been enjoying this content, make sure you check out the link in the description for our Patreon. We've got lots of cool benefits for patrons, including a patron-only Discord, which is available to even the $1 tier of my Patreon. It's an amazing community full of nerds and deck builders and just some awesome people, and it's just a great community, very supportive, very fun. We just talk about nerdy stuff, like magic. So if that or any of the other perks appeal to you, make sure you check out that link. All your support helps me make more videos like this for you guys. Alright, let's check out Tago, Goblin Weaponsmith. 2 and a red legendary creature Goblin Artificer from Commander Legends. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Rock. With equipped creature has 1. Tap, sacrifice Rock. This creature deals 2 damage to any target and equip 1. And it's a 2/2. And in the spirit of Tago himself, we're not going to overcomplicate this, okay? This makes rocks. And Gimbal wants us to make a ton of different artifact tokens, so rocks. And just like that, guys, we're done with yet another video. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what cards you would put in a Gimbal deck. Did I miss anything? I'm always down there in the comments interacting with you guys, so come on down and have a chat with me. Alright, that is it for me. I will see you on the next video.